Dear students, let us learn another suprasegmental feature now. It is tone and intonation. Again, page number 50. Tone and intonation. So before we learn what is tone or what is intonation and the different types of intonation patterns, you should know what pitch is. When you speak, your vocal cords will vibrate when you speak fast, right? When your vocal cords vibrate very fast, then the volume of your voice rises up. So this rise in the volume of your voice is called pitch. When the vocal cords do not vibrate very fast, then the pitch comes down. So hope you are familiar with these words, volume of your voice, pitch and so on. So the rate at which the vocal cords vibrate, this determines the pitch of your voice. Okay? So when the vocal cords vibrate very fast, the volume goes up, and when the speed of vibration decreases, the volume goes down. So these variations in the volume of your voice, it's called pitch. Okay? So this pitch may vary. It may go from low to high, or it may move from high to low. Nobody can speak consistently using a single pitch or in a single pitch. Pitch of course varies. So today we are going to learn the variations in the pitch of a person's voice, which we call as intonation patterns. We call it as tone or intonation patterns. Depending upon the changes in the pitch of your voice, we determine intonation patterns. See, generally, it is said that there are 4 levels of pitch marked from 1 to 4. You can use pitch 1, level 1 or level 2 or even level 3. But if you go beyond that, if you raise your volume of your voice beyond that, level 3, then your pitch turns rather arrogant. So you may sound quite rude if your pitch raises up to level 4. Anyhow, today we are going to learn 3 major intonation patterns. They are falling tone, rising tone, and falling rising tone. Falling tone, rising tone, and falling rising tone or fall rise tone. So you indicate it using arrows. Falling tone, just put a down arrow. Rising tone, put an up arrow. And fall rise tone is a mix of both. So you have to use both down arrow and up arrow. So as the very name indicates, falling tone. Let's take the first one, falling tone. Here, falling, something comes from up to down, from top to bottom. Falling. So basically we are talking about intonation, which means variation in the pitch of the voice. So when the pitch of the voice moves from high to low, we call it as a falling tone. And when the pitch of the voice moves from low to high, we call it as a rising intonation. Intonation or tone, both words can be used interchangeably. And falling rising tone or fall rise intonation is a combination of both. Fall rise, first the pitch comes from top to bottom, from high to low, and then the pitch moves from low to high. So in certain contexts, in certain occasions, in certain semantic situations, you may make use of falling rising intonation, a mix-up of both falling tone and rising tone. So in page number 51, they have clearly given the instances when you are using falling tone, the instances when you use rising tone, and the context when you use fall rise tone. Let's take the first one, falling tone. When you make a statement, when you utter a sentence, you can make use of a falling tone. This is a pen. This is a bench. That is a garden. So here the tone is falling tone. Again, WH questions. What is that? Who is that? So when you utter a WH question, you can make use of falling tone. As I utter, I hope you can understand how the tone goes. Okay? Then Another one is order, giving an order or making a command. Stop it. Stop it. Sit down. So in all these instances, like while giving an order or a command, you can make use of falling tone. Then to indicate completeness, that already we have mentioned, when you make a sentence or a statement, you are uttering something fully. You make complete sense. In that case, you can make use of a falling tone. Okay, indicating completeness, giving complete sense. Okay, then this is George. A sentence which makes complete sense. It's also a statement, right? So in that cases, in such cases, you can use a falling tone. Then tag question tags. She's beautiful, isn't she? She's beautiful, isn't she? So in that cases, when you use a question tag, you can make use of a falling tone. Again, the second category, rising tone. So when you want to express surprise, is it? See, the tone goes up. The pitch moves from low to high. Then, yes or no question. Are you coming? Are you coming? Again, when you ask a yes or no question, is she a doctor? Okay. Then, when incompleteness, when you are uttering a sentence and halfway, you are stopping halfway, then you can make use of a rising tone. John, Mary and somebody else went for a cinema. John, Mary and which means you are going to add something. You did not say something fully. There is yet something else is to be added. So in that case, when there is an incompleteness while you speak, you can make use of a rising tone. Ginger, garlic and you are asking the recipe of your favorite dish to somebody else. Then she is helping you with the recipe and you did not hear that person fully. So you may repeat it. Ginger, garlic and that means incompleteness. So in that case, you are making use of rising tone. Then when you count, remember your school days when you learned how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, in this utterance itself, you can understand what is rising tone. Up to from 1 to 9, you have been using rising tone, and when you reach the terminal point 10, then what happens? 10. You reached completeness. അപ്പോൾ അതാണ് നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ കാറ്റഗറിയിലാണ് falling tone വരും അവിടെ. ആ 10 എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ തീർന്നു. ഓക്കെ, or 100. കണ്ടോ, അത് നമ്മൾ പറയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും നമുക്ക് തീർന്നു എന്നുള്ള ഒരു സെൻസ് ഉണ്ട് നമുക്ക് കൗണ്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ. when you count other numbers, it's always rising tone. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then dependent clause. Dependent clause. If you don't write, if you don't study, you will not pass. If you don't study, see, rising tone. So now we have dealt with falling tone and the occasions when you have to use falling tone, and then we moved on to rising tone and the various instances when we can use rising tone. And now we are moving on to the third category, falling rising tone or fall rise intonation, indicated by a down arrow and an up arrow. So when you are skeptical or doubtful about something, or when you do not want to agree fully with something, when you can agree only partially, when you are not fully happy, then you can make use of this tone. Like, it's nice, it's okay, she's good. When you are being asked an opinion about your classmate, you may say, he's smart, still there is something missing. Okay. So in that case, you can make use of fall rise intonation. So I hope this is clear to you. Basically, you should know what is pitch. The variations in the pitch of a person's voice is called intonation. Pitch means when the vocal cords vibrate. Depending on the rate of vibration of the vocal cords, you determine the pitch of a person's voice, whether it is high pitch or low pitch. When the vocal cords vibrate very fast, then the volume of your voice goes up, and this is high pitch. And the vocal cords vibrate rather slowly, then the volume of your voice goes down, and then this is low pitch. There are, generally speaking, 4 levels of pitch, of which level 1, 2 and 3 are quite normal in connected speech, quite decent and polite, whereas if you raise your pitch up to level 4, you would sound rude. So we learned falling tone, rising tone and fall rise tone and the instances when we have to use them. I hope the session was clear to you. Thank you.